Hello everyone, welcome to PRV solution. So in this video lecture we will study another important topics, wave analyzers and distortion analyzers. Let us start. So wave analyzer. Introduction. A wave analyzer is an instrument designed to measure relative amplitudes of a single frequency components in a complex waveform. So wave analyzer is used to measure amplitude of a single frequency component in a complex waveform. Basically, a wave instrument acts as an frequency selective voltmeter, which is tuned to the frequency of one signal while rejecting all other signal components. So, the function of wave analyzer is to only measure the amplitude or voltage of a single frequency component. We have to reject all other frequency component in a complex signals. So, they are also known as frequency selective voltmeters, carrier frequency voltmeters and selective level voltmeters, because they measure the voltage. So, types of wave analyzer: basic wave analyzer and based upon the frequency range. Based upon the frequency range, there are further two types: frequency selective and heterodyne wave analyzer. Frequency selective wave analyzer are used at a low frequency, that is 20 Hz to 20 kHz, while heterodyne wave analyzer are used for high frequency 10 kHz to 18 MHz. Basic wave analyzer. Basic wave analyzer mainly consists of three blocks: the primary detector, full wave rectifier and PMMC. Input is given to the primary detector, through which we will get the frequency of interest, and that is converted into DC, means AC is converted into DC by the full wave rectifier, and then that DC is measured by PMMC galvanometer. We will get meter reading through the PMMC. Primary detector, it consists of an LC circuit. We can adjust the values of inductor L and capacitor C in such a way that it allows only the desired harmonic frequency component is to be measured, Full wave rectifier converts AC into DC, while PMMC is used for reading purpose, means it shows the peak value of the signal which is obtained at the output of the full wave rectifier. This is the circuit diagram of the basic wave analyzer. This is the LC circuit, primary detector. This is the rectifier circuit, which is used to convert AC into DC, and that DC is measured by indicating device. So, this basic wave analyzer can be used for analyzing each and every harmonic frequency component of a periodic signal. Based upon the frequency ranges, we further can classify our wave analyzer: frequency selective and heterodyne. They are used for low frequency, they are used for high frequencies applications. Now, the frequency selective wave analyzer, the block diagram of frequency selective wave analyzer is shown in the figure. It is used for analyzing the signals are of audio frequency range. Audio frequency range means low frequency range, that is why they are known as frequency selective wave analyzer. Input signal is given to input attenuator output is given to driver amplifier output is given to high cube filters bank, and these output is given to meter range attenuator circuit. Then we have output amplifier, that output amplifier outputs can be given to output buffer or meter circuit. Meter circuit is used for measuring purpose, while it is used for to give the output as input to the other devices. In next slide, we will study its working. So, function of frequency selective wave analyzer: input attenuator. The AF signal which is to be analyzed is applied to input attenuator. If the signal amplitude is too large, then it can be attenuated by input attenuator. If the signal has large amplitude, we can attenuate its signal to desired level. Driver amplifier amplifies the received signal if required. High Q factor, it is important part of this wave analyzer. It is used to select the desired frequency. This high Q factor filter is used to select the desired frequency whose amplitude is to be measured and reject unwanted frequencies. It consists of 2 RC section and 2 filter amplifier, and all these are cascaded with each other. Means it consists of filters, 2 RC sections, 2 RC filters and 2 amplifiers which are cascaded. We can vary the capacitance value for changing the range of frequency in powers of 10. So, capacitance value can be varied. Similarly, we can vary the resistance values in order to change the frequency within a selected range. Means R and C decides the frequency. Meter range attenuator, it gets the selected AF signal as the input and produces an attenuated output whenever required. If required, it can be used as a attenuator. Output amplifier, it amplifies the selected AF signal if necessary. Output buffer amplifiers, used to provide the selected AF signal to output devices. Meter circuit, it displays the reading of selected AF signal. We can choose the meter reading in volt range or decibel range. Means output can be directly measured with this meter circuit in voltage range or in decibel range. Next analyzer is super heterodyne wave analyzer. The wave analyzer used to analyze the signals of RF range, means high frequency range, is called super heterodyne wave analyzer. So, this is the block diagram of this super heterodyne wave analyzer. It uses the super heterodyne receivers principle. So, it is known as super heterodyne wave analyzer. Input signal, input attenuator, untuned amplifiers, first mixer, means local oscillator and untuned amplifiers, input is mixed here. IF amplifier, intermediate frequency amplifier, second mixer, crystal oscillator that is generating 30 megahertz, active low pass filter and meter circuits. Now, the function of this super heterodyne wave analyzer. The RF signal which is to be analyzed is applied to the input attenuator. RF signal is applied to the input attenuator. If the signal amplitude is too large, then it can be attenuated by input attenuator. Untuned amplifier amplifies the RF signal whenever necessary and it is applied to the first mixer. This output is provided to the untuned amplifier. Untuned amplifier provides the input to the first mixer. The frequency range of RF signal and output of local oscillators are 0 to 18 megahertz and 30 to 48 megahertz. This RF signal provides 0 to 18 megahertz and local oscillator is providing a signal of frequency 30 to 48 megahertz. So, first mixer produces an output which has frequency of 30 megahertz, means the difference of these two frequency. This is the difference of frequency of the two signals that are applied to it. So, first mixer is used to generate 30 megahertz signal which is known as intermediate frequency signal, which is given to further IF amplifier for amplification purpose. IF amplifier amplifies the intermediate frequency signal, that is the output of first mixer. The amplified IF signal is applied to the second mixer. Next, this amplified output is applied to the second mixer, where another input of this second mixer is from the crystal oscillator which is generating 30 megahertz frequency. The frequency of amplified IF signal and output of crystal oscillators are same, means 30 megahertz. Both are providing now 30 megahertz signal. So, the second mixture produces an output which has frequency of 0 hertz. This is the difference of the frequency of the two signals that are applied to it. The cutoff frequency of active low pass filter is chosen as 1500 hertz. Hence, this filter allows the output signal of second mixer. Because it is a low pass filter, so it will pass that 0 hertz frequency signal, and the meter circuits displays the reading of the RF signal. We can choose the meter reading in volt range or decibel range as in earlier cases. Now, the applications of the wave analyzers. Wave analyzers have very important application in the following fields: electrical measurements for measuring amplitude of the particular frequency, sound measurements, vibration measurements. So, these are the applications of the wave analyzers. Now, we will study another important topic, distortion analyzers. Actually, what are distortions? Suppose we have an amplifier and we are want to amplify AC signal. At input we will give one AC signal and at output we will get the amplified version of that AC signal. So, sometimes the output is distorted with respect to input, means input amplitude is not same as the output amplitude. So, this is known as the distortion, and distortion analyzers are used to measure these distortions. So, let us study this topic. The extent to which the output waveform of an amplifier differs from the waveform at the input is a measure of the distortion introduced by the inherent nonlinear characteristics of active devices such as bipolar or FET transistors or by passive circuits component. The amount of distortion can be measured with a distortion analyzer. So, this distortion is caused by the nonlinear characteristics of the devices. When an amplifier is not operating in a linear fashion, the output signal will get distorted. Distortion caused by the nonlinear operation is called amplitude distortion or harmonic distortion. So, this type of distortion is known as amplitude distortion or harmonic distortion. So, it can be shown mathematically that an amplitude distorted sine wave is made up of a pure sine wave components including fundamental frequency f of the input signal and harmonics multiply of the fundamental frequency f, 2f, 3f, 4f and so on. Means the distorted wave can be a thought of a combination of the pure sine wave components, that is Fourier series. You know that any complex waveform can be considered as a combination of the fundamental frequency of the sine wave and its harmonic 2f, 3f, 4f and so on. The amount of harmonic distortion can be measured very accurately with harmonic distortion analyzer, generally called distortion analyzer. Harmonic distortion analyzer is also known as distortion analyzer, and the total harmonic distortion is given by the formula D is equal to D2 square, D3 square plus D4 square, where D2, D3, D4 are the second and third harmonics, etc. A measure of the distortion represented by a particular harmonic is simply the ratio of the amplitude of harmonic to that of fundamental, means D2 is second harmonic. So, this is the fundamental amplitude of the fundamental harmonic, this is the amplitude of the second harmonic. Similarly, D3 is the fundamental harmonic of third harmonic amplitude. So, in this way we can calculate these harmonics. The harmonic distortion can be computed from the measurement of wave analyzer circuits studied in the previous lecture. So, we can use or find the harmonic distortion by using the wave analyzer, because wave analyzer are also used for finding the amplitude of a particular frequency. Means we can find the amplitude of the fundamental frequency, then we can find the amplitude of the second fundamental frequency signal, then this ratio will give the second harmonic D2. Similarly, we can get D3, D4 by using the wave analyzers. The second method is, in addition, most testing situations requires a better quantitative measure of harmonic distortion. Harmonic distortion can be quantitatively measured very accurately, means quantitatively we can measure it very accurately with a harmonic distortion analyzer. which is generally referred to as a simple distortion analyzer. Let us discuss this analyzer. So, this analyzer is known as the distortion meter. Also, the circuit diagram or block diagram is shown in the figure. This is the bridge filter circuit, which is T-shaped, which is shown here. This is the amplifier. This is the diode detector circuit or rectifier circuit. This is the indicating meter, which is known as PMMC meter, which measures the DC component. These instruments operate on the principle of first measuring the RMS value of the total wave. Means, firstly we will measure the RMS value of the total wave when switch is in first position, and then removing the fundamental component by means of high selective circuit. Then we will put this switch in position 2, and in this way we will remove the fundamental component by high selective filter circuit. This filter circuit is shown in the figure, and measuring the RMS value of the harmonics only. Means, we will measure firstly the whole wave RMS, then we will remove the fundamental frequency component, and then we will measure the harmonics RMS value directly. Function of the distortion meters. First, the RMS value of the total wave is measured with selector switch in position 1, and the circuit is so adjusted that meter reads 100%. Then selector switch is then put to the position 2. When we will put this switch in position 2, this rejects the fundamental frequency component, which is rejected by the T circuit, and the meter reads the RMS value of harmonics only now. So, now the meter indicates the percentage distortion directly. So, in this way we can get the distortion directly from the meter. Thanks.